guess we're going to talk about Universal Pictures, Universal Studios Pictures' latest marketing scheme. Have you noticed this of late? I've noticed it a few times in pictures that people have posted from the US with their, latest 4Ks and whatever. But it's also with Blu-rays, which is weird. So let me give you three. I've got three examples. All these are 2022 releases. You've got The Black Phone, you've got Ambulance, and you've got Nope. And you'll notice, very similarly, they all have this banner at the top that says Collector's Edition. Now, of course, it is different on the Blu-ray here, but of course it is the exact same on both 4Ks. And I gotta be honest, I don't like it. As in, there's a lot of different elements that make a collector's edition, but the basic notation of these ones, even including the standard Blu-ray, is basically you get a bunch of deleted scenes, and in this case you also get a short film. You get a featured commentary. That's it. It's about maybe 30-40 minutes of behind the scenes and deleted scene stuff. The deleted scenes only goes for like a minute and a half, but the rest of it goes into the production design and casting and all this kind of stuff. It even stipulates answering the call behind the scenes of The Black Phone, Ethan Hawke's Evil Turn, feature commentary, and more. Then you also get Shadow Prowler, which is a short film by Scott Derrickson, which I didn't bother to watch. It was like 12 minutes. Actually, I think it was like 14 minutes, but it's like, I don't really care. Then you've got Nope, which I should note has a HDR10 plus, but it does not have Dolby Vision. So they're doing that as well. As in, like, that's a branding choice. Sony gets Dolby Vision. We're going to go with HDR10 plus, the one that no one has. I don't have HDR10 plus. I don't think no one has it. I just don't think many people have it. This one does have a good selection of bonus features. Again, you've got deleted scenes, gag reel, and more. You've also got the making of, as well as a 56-minute long exclusive behind the scenes. That's not too bad, actually. You get 2 discs, you get your 4K, you get your Blu-ray. And then you've got Ambulance, the collector's edition, which has, in this case, 6 bonus features: Bayhem, Pedal to the Metal, Aerial Assault, Finding Ambulance, Chase Capital of the World, a tribute to first responders. If that's all, then all you get is 6 featurettes. You don't get deleted scenes, you don't get an audio commentary. I actually have no idea if it comes with an audio commentary. It doesn't stipulate. I know it's a long-ass film anyway, and you probably don't want an audio commentary, but still, it usually helps. Now, I don't mind the collector's edition thing being tagged onto the 4Ks. That makes sense. On the Blu-ray, though, that's a bit concerning. Mostly because a Blu-ray shouldn't be your end-all, be-all for collecting. Like, unless it's like a limited edition collectible steelbook, or it's got a collectible slipcover, or it's an anniversary edition release. Maybe it's a 4K restoration of a film with a new audio commentary or more special features. Maybe it's just a standard Criterion, that you could still pin down to as a collector's edition. Probably. They never advertise it that way, but it's usually you can usually pin it down to that. It's probably the best video quality you're going to get for the film until maybe the studio who has it, who loaned them the print, happens to be like, we're going to actually take the print back now because your time of it has expired, and we're going to make a new Blu-ray transfer and then a new 4K transfer. They've done that with a few films from Criterion, which is perfectly fine. I've got some films like that. Anatomy of a Murder, I have the Criterion and I have the 4K. The 4K does look better, and it still has a good selection of special features. In fact, I'm pretty sure it has more special features, but the Criterion still has different special features, and that's always usually a plus. Say if you compare Arrow Video to Criterion. Arrow Video is more of the brand where I'd say collector's editions are a more prominent thing, because again, they will give you the big hard case box. They might give you several films. They would probably give you a booklet and different artwork, all that kind of stuff. It's probably something I'd argue would be more of a collector's element, because it's usually a limited edition set as well, which is probably more of a tribute to a collector if it's a limited edition element. But it can depend. Like, again, Criterion has their Godzilla set, which is probably, I'd say, a collector's edition thing because it's a big set and it's the only way you can get it. But at the same time, it's the only way you can get it. They don't have it like in a standard release because they just don't. So, a collector's edition thing should be like the 70th anniversary Gone with the Wind set that I got from my mother. It's basically a new restoration of the film, or at least the best looking version possible of the film, with Blu-ray, DVD, as well as a butt-ton of special features. It comes in a red velvet box, you open it up like a bloody treasure chest, and it comes with booklets, it comes with art cards, it comes with a whole slaver of stuff. Like, that's a collector's edition. A collector's edition isn't a standard case with, we've got 4 featurettes and a commentary, go watch it. You know, not to mention, and my main criticism would be with the black phone, because it's still a nice transfer of the film. It's a 2022 film. It's not exactly hard to get a bad transfer of a 2022 film. The commentary is good. The special features are pretty nice. I like them. They've got still a visual style to them, whatever. But again, that shouldn't pit it down as a collector's thing. I think this has become less of a... how do I describe it? I think this is a bad marketing gimmick, because where a real collector's edition set comes with something like... I don't really have anything standard on the shelf. I'll go grab the... Where a true collector's edition looks something like this, as a whole box. It's a whole thing. It is something that you look at on the shelf and you're like, that's expensive, but it looks like it's worth the price. You look at something as simple as Nope, and you're like, this doesn't appeal to me as a collector's item. Like, collector's edition, why? Do they not realize what a collector does? A collector collects because there's maybe value to its collection, there's a uniqueness to it. This is mass-produced by the goddamn landslide. The more collector's edition would be the JB equivalent that has the limited edition artwork, which is the eye of the horse with balloons in. Like, you can see the balloons in its eye, like the reflection of such. But that was only a Blu-ray release. That wasn't an alternate artwork for the 4K, it was just a Blu-ray. That's a collector's thing, sure, because it's limited edition, and it's, well, not really like limited in terms of numbers, but limited edition, and it's got different artwork. Something like, where are you? There you are. Something like this, which is, I've talked about this in the video before, The Blob. Standard case, Umbrella Entertainment, but this is limited edition. And I wouldn't pin it down to collector's edition, but at the same time, I wouldn't not pin it down to collector's edition. I really wouldn't, though. It does come with The Blob, the 1988 film, but it also comes with the 1958 film, and it also comes with Son of the Blob in standard definition, which is like a sequel to the 1958 version. But in terms of special features, there isn't much. You get Directing the Blob, an interview with Chuck Russell, the director, and a theatrical trailer. That's just for the 1988 film. And for the 58 film, you get audio commentary with producer Jack Harris and audio commentary with director Irvin S. Yearworth Jr. Plus, again, theatrical trailer and the triple feature bonus, Son of the Blob, or Son of Blob. It does, however, happen to be limited edition to 2,300 units. It's number 1265. And it comes with alternate artwork, which actually has the 50s artwork. It's not the best quality, but it does have at least the disc artwork as well. It has something else to it that makes it an interesting set. It's mostly the bonuses getting the, it's actually the Criterion scan of the 50s film, but still, you get that on a disc. That's pretty goddamn nice. And it's a Blu-ray disc as well. The thing is, I wouldn't point that down as a collector's thing. Like, that's probably more of a collector's item because it's a limited edition thing. But again, you could just buy the standard version, which has been released since, of the 1988 Blob film. The only way to get the 1958 Blob film, either you get the DVD or you get the Criterion, which again, the Criterion probably has much more special features because it's a Criterion, and it happens to be the goddamn same transfer, because it literally is the same transfer. Our Umbrella Entertainment ported over the same transfer from Criterion, put it as a limited edition onto their disc. Again, only 2,300 copies, and bam, I got it because I wanted to see the 1988 version. I didn't even realize it was limited edition until like 2 or 3 years later, because I happened to be watching it. I was like, oh shit, this is limited edition, I should make a video out of this. And I did. But these new Universal releases, they're not collector's editions. They're definitive of just standard. And realistically, there's a main detriment as to if these are what they consider their collector's edition. I know it's just a marketing gimmick, but for the most part, these could all be very standard releases. If they didn't have that collector's edition banner, they might think that as a studio, that there's enough course and reason to just not give it any special features at all. And that's where I think the main problem comes in. Because if it's a collector's edition because of the special features, which basically seems to be why it's the goddamn special edition, because again, Black Phone's a standard Blu-ray. We didn't get the 4K in Australia. There's no 4K collector's edition released in Australia, which is ridiculous, because realistically, if you're going to go collector's edition, you put that on the 4K, because at least then the collector's element comes from the fact that it's a 4K. It's the best looking version of the film, even though I'm pretty sure Nope was filmed in IMAX and doesn't even have the IMAX shots. So there's that as well. If it's just the factor of, oh, it just has all the special features, I'm like, that's not a collector's thing. A lot of complaints over the past couple of years since Blu-ray came out is the fact that despite the discs having more room, so improved picture and audio quality, a lot of the time they've started removing special features. Sometimes they add a bonus disc so you have special features. Maybe they have a 4K set where it's the 4K film, maybe a feature commentary and one special feature, and then the Blu-ray has all the other special features, including the commentary as well. Personally, if I'm going to have the choice, I'd go with the 4K, having the best looking version and sounding version of the film, and have an audio commentary or two. Because that's something that I can watch alongside the film, you know? I'm looking at the film in its best quality, maybe it's got the IMAX ratio shots, and the commentary is there. If I want to watch the extra special features, all the featurettes and stuff, I'm happy to chuck on the Blu-ray disc. In this case, for the Black Phone, it's all there on one disc, because it has to be there all on one disc. It's just that kind of a situation. Is a good amount of special features? Sure, I enjoy it. There's a lot of websites that I've seen who are like, it's a perfectly okay amount. I think for them it's more of a, I don't think it's really a quantity, it's more of a quality thing. It's like, I've seen all these kind of special features before on literally any other Blu-ray disc that exists. Except for the fact that like now it's a collector's edition, so it's like, but the one that comes from the fact that it has all these special features, it's like, but it's not. What makes these collector's editions? I don't understand. Again, outside of cutting out more room for artwork and just putting collector's edition as a banner, even the collector's edition on here is a completely different looking banner. What's the collector's edition about this? It's just got some bonus features. Like, that's literally it. There was nothing else on this that indicates why it's a collector's edition. It doesn't have reversible artwork. It doesn't come with a sleeve. It's not a steelbook. It's not a 4K even. It's just a standard fucking Blu-ray. And that's, again, it's mostly the reason why I'm complaining about this. Outside of it's a waste of space on the cover, you could easily put in more artwork and remove, like, there's already a minimal amount of artwork you can put onto a Blu-ray anyway because of the size of the goddamn case, which is why DVDs to some degree usually have better artwork treatment, because you get more room. Even Criterion are like, we're not going to even have banners for Blu-ray or 4K, we're just going to have a slimmer trimmed, border for the plastic case and have more room for artwork, even if they've still put in their Criterion logo and a little banner on the side saying Criterion Collection and then the year of release. For example, I take out Girlfriends here. The majority of this is artwork. Title, sure it's Region B, so you get a sticker, but there's nothing else here that takes away from it. You've got the Criterion logo, which you can actually hardly even see, and because of the black on the side, you hardly even notice the fact that it has the Criterion Collection and 1978 as banners on there, which again is something that's wrapped around throughout, something that explains what the Criterion Collection is. More Criterion logos so you can have it on your spine and on the back, and on the back explains more. See, this is more of what I pinned down as a collector's edition, because it's like the best looking version of the film, nice artwork, a nice case, look at that, a booklet, that's pretty good, artwork on the disc as well, and it's a new 4K restoration with at least 4 different interviews, 2 short films, subtitles for deaf and hard of hearing, plus essays by 2 different film critics and scholars. So that's a nice addition. But again, that's like, oh, because it's a boutique brand, of course it's going to come with that. But it's like, it, shouldn't have to appeal that way. If I take out my version of Gladiator, which I believe is, this is a Universal release from 2018. And you'll notice that it does not have any of that stuff written down on it. It doesn't have collector's edition. It's strictly a new thing that I believe came into release in late 2021, definitely 2022. And this comes with the exact same stuff. You get 2 different versions of the film. You get the extended version and the standard, the theatrical cut. And you get audio commentaries and other special features. There's a lot of stuff on this, and I think we've also put in a 3rd disc, which is like the DVD, which comes from the deluxe collector's edition. See, DVDs had more of a quality of saying of whether or not it was a collector's edition, because collector's editions, when they were on DVD, would usually be more limited in their print. Usually not really numbered, but like maybe there's 150,000 units that go worldwide for Gladiator on DVD. But it happens to come with the feature film, obviously, on disc, and then a separate disc or 2 whole other discs that are just a catalogue of special features. But since Blu-rays come out, despite more room to work with on the disc, a lot less people put in special features. And now, because of this immense lack of special features, it's come to a marketing stunt from fucking Universal to be like, hey, you should get this edition of Nope, it's the collector's edition. But if I look at the Blu-ray and I look at the 4K, and despite the artwork being completely different, again, I'm pretty sure it's the same artwork on both. It's just that there's a limited edition artwork release at JB, which is just the horse's eye, which is still really nice artwork to some degree. There's much better artwork. The poster of the fucking cloud was a lot more interesting than... It's still fine. Like, the teaser poster, I would have pinned down as your more iconic, collectible alternate artwork. Like, that should have been a 4K thing. But I guess it's cheaper to have it as a Blu-ray thing. That's another thing I just don't understand. What's the point of having a collectible alternate artwork if it's only on the lesser release than the main release? Like, there's a film, Elvis, that came out last year, which has your Blu-ray, your DVD, and your 4K releases. And you know what's notable about these 3 releases? Not that it has a collector's edition banner. None of that bullshit. Instead, it has 3 different pieces of artwork on each release. He has a different costume on each cover. The DVD has the red outfit that he wears on like his first performance. The Blu-ray has the black outfit that he wears like in the middle of the film. And then, lo and behold, the 4K release has the white outfit, which is probably his most iconic outfit. And it's only on the 4K release, which is very interesting. What if you prefer the cover from the DVD? Then you'll buy the DVD. That's just a very weird thing that I don't know why they did that. I'm happy that they did to some degree, but I'm also like, but why? Did they need to do that? So, in a end-all be-all, I think the main reason why they've been pinning these down as collector's editions is for strictly the element of saying, hey, it's a collector's edition, it's got all these special features, even though most of the special features in total probably won't run past 30 minutes. They probably won't be longer than an hour of special features. Nope aside. At least because that screams, it's 56 minutes plus deleted scenes and gag reels. I'm like, okay, cool, that's fine. I might actually really appreciate those special features. In fact, I'm pretty excited to watch them. But, also the factor of these have a lot of discs where you'll be watching it, and then when the film ends and you get to the end of the credits, it'll have a pop-up saying, now stay tuned for the special features that Universal has on their disc, and then it'll just auto-play them, which is a nice feature. I like that sometimes, because maybe I'm like, hey, I've just finished the movie, I'm in the mood for the special features, I'll watch them because they come on naturally. Like, I don't mind that. I usually like having choice because I don't know what's going to come up and when. It starts usually with deleted scenes, then has all these featurettes, and in this case for the Black Phone, ends with a short film. And I didn't know if that was the last thing on it. I didn't know what it was when I was watching it, so I went to the main menu, realized, oh, it's a short film. Is this worth my time? And I decided it wasn't. I think as an end-all be-all, this is concerning. Something like Criterion or Arrow Video doesn't usually advertise itself as a collector's edition. Limited edition, sure, maybe. Criterion don't do that, but specifically with Arrow Video, they usually will. They'll be like, hey, here's the limited edition steelbook or limited edition steelbook set. And it's usually just that. Maybe a limited edition set in general before the standard release of just the film, a small booklet, and the discs come out. Which is perfectly fine. But something like what Universal are doing now with their whole, it's a collector's edition. No, it isn't. Stop lying to yourself. Stop trying to make this an advertising stunt for people to be collecting it, because you know what the main issue is? Okay, there's a few issues. Mostly it's the fact that they're like trying to justify it because it's got a few special features. Bro, calm the fuck down. Put in more special features and a good audio commentary and maybe I'll be there. I mean, as it is, I like their release of the Black Phone. But it could have been a 4K, fucking easily. But my main issue is the fact that this transfers onto different covers. It's not just the 4K of Nope that says Collector's Edition. It's the Blu-ray. It's the DVD. Literally, there are DVDs saying Collector's Edition, which doesn't make any sense. What the fuck makes that a Collector's Edition? Is it just a factor of it has the banner saying Collector's Edition despite the fact that it's not even the best version of the film on the market? Like, this isn't including limited edition steelbooks or, you know, deluxe premium sets. This is just limited to a DVD format. That is not a collector's edition. If it was exceptionally limited edition with, you know, new artwork or something, maybe. But why the fuck would I buy that, you know? If I'm going to get Nope, I'm going to get the 4K. I'm not going to put myself down and be like, I'm going to get the DVD because it still says collector's edition. Why would I do that? It doesn't make any goddamn sense. And I don't know why the hell they're doing it. If it was just on the 4K releases, I'd give them a break because that makes a lot more sense. Put collector's edition on the 4K releases, because even if you'd be like, well, this is stupid, it's just the same film but on 4K but with all the same special features on the other discs, like on the other releases, that's fine. But you know what this includes? It includes the 4K, which is like already as it is meant to be the bigger thing, you know, in terms of a marketing thing. But 4K does sell the least compared to DVD and Blu-ray. DVD in particular sells really goddamn well. But if you want to try to and I know it's cheaper to make as well, if you want to diverge the market into getting better quality stuff, you put the collector's edition banner on the 4K, because then people maybe will look at the DVD of Nope and the 4K and be like, well, the 4K is $40, but it's only $25 for the DVD. This is Australian prices, by the way. And you might look at it and be like, $15, what's the difference? Well, this one says collector's edition. It's got different artwork. It has 2 whole discs, both of them which are in a better quality format. One's 4K, one's Blu-ray. It also happens to have all these special features. Hey, that's pretty cool. It's a collector's edition. I'll buy that. I was a fan of the film. Maybe I'll become a collector. And maybe they start buying more 4Ks because of it. It's stupid. I don't think people are that fucking dumb, but still. Like, they're dumb enough to think that a collector's edition is a DVD, which hasn't been collector's edition for like 15 goddamn years when they invented Blu-rays. Once Blu-rays came out, the idea of a collector's edition being DVD was out the window. It's just stupid and it's frustrating. Mostly, it's false advertising, I'd say, for the most part, because it's just a fucking lie. Sure, it has special features, but what really makes it a collector's edition? Well, I'm going to buy 17 versions of Nope on 4K, and they're all going to be the same cover and everything, and so, because they're collector's edition, I've got to collect them all. No. The real collector's point would be if you had 3 different covers for the main 3 characters, and then the collector's thing would be grabbing them all, you know, like fucking Exodia from goddamn Yu-Gi-Oh! Now, that would be interesting. Waste of money, but it would be interesting. So, yeah, I'm very disappointed that Universal's doing this. I'm happy that they're piling on a bunch of special features onto their releases. That's great, they should be doing that. But if the only reason that they're calling it the collector's edition is because they're putting on all these special features, I think that's stupid. Because there are other labels who have been doing this exact same thing for 15 years now, since Blu-ray was invented, and they haven't been slapping collector's edition on. Do you see Criterion with collector's edition? No. It's probably like, a lot of people would pin it down as the best edition, potentially, if it happens to have the best transfer or the best collection of special features. But there are other films that can attest to that. Again, like Anatomy of a Blu-ray. A Blu-ray 4K set comes with a better transfer, comes with completely different special features, sometimes arguably better. So, yeah, maybe it's just a limited, an element of artwork that makes it collectors. It really, if I would put down collectors, it would be because it's a limited edition set that comes with the best things imaginable. Arguably a steelbook, a booklet, and a butt ton of special features, and a 4K transfer. If not a 4K UHD, then at least a 4K transfer. Or a big-ass box like the Gone for the Wind set. Now that's a goddamn collector's edition set, not to mention it's like limited to 150,000 units. It's a really goddamn nice set. Anyway, that's all. Let me know your thoughts down below if you've been noticing these collector's editions on your shelves at your local retailer for movies, and if it does your head in as well. That's all for now. See you next time.